Joining me now is the chair of the Federal Parliament's Security and Intelligence Committee, Senator James Paterson. Thanks very much for your time. We've seen the human tragedy there in Laura's report, and we've seen these images, horrific images. The broader strategic and security question goes to this land once again potentially becoming a safe haven for terrorists. It's a huge concern.
Kieran, I've got three main concerns about events in Afghanistan over the last few weeks. Firstly, obviously, mostly for the Afghan people. It's been a horrific 50 years of conflict in Afghanistan, but over the last 20, there has been a measure of freedom, particularly for women and girls, and there's a very great risk of that backsliding now, and that is a terrible tragedy. Secondly, I'm very concerned on behalf of Australian veterans and their families who have given so much to this cause, and many are rightly questioning that and feeling very disillusioned by these events. And thirdly, I'm concerned about the national security implications for Australia and our allies, because the lessons of the last 20 years have been that ungoverned spaces, wherever they are in the world, pose a risk to us, to free societies like ours. The violence and extremism that can breed there, that can be trained and developed and equipped there, doesn't stay there. It can leak into the rest of the world. And so we do have real interests in Afghanistan and the region.
President Biden said he stands squarely behind his decision that after 20 years, he's learnt the hard way that there was never a good time to withdraw US forces. As horrific as the images are of people clinging to planes and the tragedy that's unfolding for Afghan women as well, the point that he makes is it does have a logical basis to it, doesn't it? I mean, the US has been dragged into the Middle East, dragged into Afghanistan for a long, long time, when really the argument would be, and has been made by many strategic thinkers, that the real challenge is elsewhere.
Yeah, the United States has made an almost immeasurable sacrifice in Afghanistan. Australia lost 41 lives of our own in Afghanistan, but Americans obviously lost many more than that. And the American public's war weariness for the Middle East is completely understandable, and also is their desire to pivot and refocus to other areas of the world. In fact, we welcome their renewed focus and attention on the Indo-Pacific. It is our backyard. It is the most important strategic area for our ongoing interests, and we welcome that attention. But I do say that all of us are going to have an ongoing interest in the stability and peace of the Middle East. If it does descend, as it has in the past, as it did in the 90s, it will have consequences for us.
Yeah, the trauma continues for that poor country and its poor people. There's no doubt about that.